Hi, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, so please, as our new year is fresh and spicy, please kindly spicily follow our channel, subscribe, click the bell button to ensure that you are the first to get notification when we're about to post a new video or when we post a new video. And there's going to be a lot of series. I'm sure with the title you already know what we're about to talk about. What are we talking about?
Location. Wow.
So if you're watching this video, we are most likely already in our country of choice. How did you get here?
Like just like any parent that wants the best for their child.
Oh, so you're always for the child. No.
So, and considering what is happening in our own country, which we pray for it to get better. You know. So we are left with no choice than to hopefully seek for a greener pasture, not greener pasture, but a more meaningful, purposeful life.
But at what point did you make that decision? Is it that at what point did you make that decision that your children need a better life?
So of course for me, I think you get to a point whereby you're looking at your children, the way they are growing, like, are you really making, especially when you have had the opportunity to leave this country, but before you think, I mean, you're not doing bad, but taking a critical review of what has happened in the last 8 years, when this government, when it came into power, I was in my Buhari's government. Yeah, okay. I was in my mid-30s.
And inside the same government. You're in your early 30s.
No.
We're 32.
Yeah, that is a mid. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, early 30s. I know when during this government left.
Yeah, clock 40.
And they say full of 40s, 40 forever. Okay. And between that shop, you now look like, wow, you're growing up. You're no more an adult. You're going to, and you're looking at your kids, they're also growing up. Like, you're just one of the maybe 20-30% of Nigerians that can say yes, maybe above or you're within of the middle class.
But not middle class, so still struggle to pay fees.
Yeah, you see, but at least
feed and all those things.
Go out there, you know that people are surviving, a family surviving under 200,000 naira, and they have to pay house rent, they have to pay school fees, they have to pay for medical fees, they have family that look at these expenses, actually the school fees, and look at my 2 kids, my third has, I don't enter school, I don't still an infant, and look at the amount you are paying. And I look at, for me, like, so the next, by the time they get to the level of them getting by the end of the new administration, not even this administration, yes.
Yeah, by the end of the new administration.
So my first daughter will be,
no, she will be 13 or 14.
I'm 14, 15, 17 years, about to.
Okay.
So look at how much they are paying. Of course, I think from Go to Fair, one of the only university in Nigeria, in Africa. I want my daughter to go to Ife now. Wow.
That's why being the only university.
Yeah, if and others, it's really no fact. So I don't think if get to the point of in the next 8 years, I want my kids to go to Ife. Of course, I want them to go to a private university. I'm looking at the amount they pay now. An average university pay private, they pay around, I think, 4-3 million naira. So look at envelope of money in the next 8 years. Like saying that an average child, will be paying around maybe
20 million.
You not even say 8 million. And if you look at I'm a salary earner, even if I'm earning 8 million per month at that time, I have 3 kids. You're not able to afford that,
And
that basic
to put them in such schools, you also have to give them a certain set of lifestyle, extracurricular activities,
not only school fees.
Housing, feeding is also going to go up in the same proportion, if not more.
Yeah, they need to be exposed, they need to leave the shore of the country, travel out, do this, do that.
So you want to have like yearly or bi-yearly trips.
So by the time
you afford all of those things
can you afford
together?
that when that time comes? And that's I need to start thinking. You know, what to do the way forward. Nobody's saying that when you go there, you know, you have all day, but with proper planning. You know, if you look at the amount you spend on school fees here, or the basic, if you look at the amount you are paying, it's 18 month child. You look at the amount you are paying, just go to school to sleep, sing ABC, and come back every 2 months. You know what you are paying. It's worth it.
I think
so. That's the defining moment for me.
Defining moment for you. So the defining moment for me was two things. A trip, and I'd always wanted to travel, right? So I think the defining moment for me was when I traveled to Abu Dhabi and experiencing it, and I was just like, what? Like, it just felt like Nigeria was there besides the experience I had. And especially for me being a business owner, I was already imagining my business in such country and it's thriving and the opportunities that are in such country, and then looking at other first world country, you know, looking at USA, Europe, looking at Canada, Australia, Germany, and all of those countries, and seeing the possibilities that my business had. That was the number one. The number two was when Adriana got sick in July, when I came back.
Okay.
And I remember that doctor saying that, oh, we could reach out to UK, get a trial medication, and you know, we found out the cost. I think it was about 1.7 or something at the time. Even though we could not outrightly afford it, we were willing to pay to sell whatever we could to get our trial medicine. But Nigeria was not on the list. So finding out that even if we had the money, our money cannot save us. And then I think around that same time, you now had that issues with that task force.
Okay, yes.
Oh my God, okay, that's like, oh my God, that's like the scariest moment of my entire life. I'm saying it with my full chest. That day that you just called me and your phone just went off, I couldn't reach you. Remember I was calling Toye, that, oh my God, he called me, he said they are taking him away, blah, 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 and you came back, your shirt was torn, they had extorted you. I was just like,
almost ran over me, you know.
Yeah, so I was, and I think it was also around that time that the Kaduna train blast happened. So I had a lot of anxiety that, so there can be a day that my husband will just leave the house and that would be it. I didn't want that for myself or anyone around me. So those were the three. So you see, it's an ongoing defining moment, especially when you're already in that headspace, right? They are considering it. There's a lot of validations that keep coming. The way the Buhari administration was ending was just really, really, really sad. And considering the amount of work we put in, and the results that is coming out, you know, you literally have to struggle in and out to just make a living for yourself. We just
the basic like things of like that, you know, shouldn't cost money. Imagine leaving the house 8 o'clock, you know, coming back on the 10, and you come out, you have to sleep for your journey. You know, for me at the point I was like, you are spending almost more than half of your income on
basic amenities,
transporting yourself to the office. You know, you are coming back home, you are buying fuel. Buying bottles. And
at that time, fuel was still 180.
Yeah, 180.
Considering now that fuel is now 500, do you think we made the right decision at the right time?
The truth is, even during the process, even because I was speaking for myself.
You're always speaking for yourself.
Yes, you know, so of course, I have to separate the thinking of the family from. Even during the process, I was still not too sure that I want to do this. Some of my friends can, you know, attest to this, because I just felt we have everything in this country to survive and things should get better. In fact, if you see the amount of support I gave by the government,
that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, because I thought in my lifetime.
But imagine that 8 years ago. We had a lot of our friends relocate, and they were advising us to relocate. And I think the fee then was like 1.6 million or so.
See, at that point, I see pity when people resign from their work, or they leave from my office and they say they are relocating. I look at them. I didn't know, man.
You did not know that. You see that they should
you know, do you get it? But the truth is, things after 8 years, things are not getting better. Things are even getting worse
than we
ever imagined. So it was at that point I was like, okay, let's give it a try.
Okay, so we've talked about what was the defining moment for us. Now, what are the options that we considered?
Of course, we consider APR, what do you call it?
Yeah, express entry.
Express entry, because we consider student visa. At the point, I think
we considered express entry for Canada. We also considered student visa for Canada and UK.
Yes.
We also considered using global tech visa for UK because I was eligible for that visa, and I was already at the point of pivoting my business from a full manufacturing business to an health tech business. But we didn't eventually. So I think subsequent videos we'll talk about the reason we chose the country we eventually chose, right? Okay, so when did we start the process?
So the active thinking into that, I think, was around April last year.
April 2022.
And it was more like I think family just decided everybody needs to move, you know.
Yeah, and it was so funny that Suliat and her family decided around the same time, and a lot of the questions were around what's going to happen to Mo Baby, what's going to happen to Mo Baby. So, but at the time, I don't think I ever thought about what will happen to Mo Baby because I just automatically thought that Mo Baby will be okay, right? Because I had my team, my previous team, then, and so we started to consider the different options. The amount of money we spent. We are going to have to do a separate video entirely for the cost, the entire cost, because I know that I bought one course that time, 25K. That guy that was talking about the different work visas, how to apply.
Yeah, because the truth is, this journey just have to be informed, and you have to you should be able to get more information, but also learn to save, you know, the one that is not good for you. So at that point, because of asking people, okay, consider, are we going to do it ourselves? Are we going to use agents? Are we going to, you know? So a lot of money went into this, and thank God nothing was wasted because they're able to make an informed decision based on the series of information.
So in April, we found a guy who was supposed to,
I think
an agent, Well, we engaged this agent who was supposed to secure admission for us in the two countries, to Canada and UK. But we were looking at Canada because the pathway to citizenship was shorter, and he felt like it was cheaper.
Was it cheaper?
Yes, it felt like it was cheaper. It felt like it was cheaper compared to UK because obviously pounds to naira and card to naira, the difference is a lot, right? So we engaged the guy. He was supposed to secure us an admission, 3 admissions, right? Yes. And then we were now supposed to secure UK admission by ourselves because the cost for agency was just not. I think after paying the guys 200K, so the guy charged us 200K for admission, 3 admissions. We didn't even have any money in our account. And we went on to now start ensuring that everybody had their passport. So they mentioned the express entry that we need to write IELTS. And it could take up to 2 years, but we had gotten to the point where we were sure that we wanted to leave almost immediately, right? And we had given ourselves
I think 1 year.
1 year timeline. Yeah, so we said that by May of 2023, we must have left Nigeria successfully. This was the thing. We were sure that we created a timeline. We weren't just like superficial about our plans and saying, oh, I want to leave Nigeria now. And then now make a lot of errors.
You go a long way in shaping your thoughts and making you having informed decision, because you don't have this information, you just do so many things, and just because you're spending money and not getting value for it. And that's the reason why we decided to create this, video. So also
educate other people.
You are going to make that decision, not decision you just wake up today and you want to
and especially because for me, especially because a lot of people who make YouTube videos really talk about how they sorted their businesses and are planning to migrate themselves and their business to another country. So a lot of people just say, oh, how I traveled there, study route, or PR, and also the struggles. I've not seen a lot of videos that explicitly talk about the cost. Oh my God. I'm sure if we knew the cost, we probably wouldn't have started.
Of course, because people will throw cost at you, but trust me, it will be more than that. You know, something you have this. So when you start, there are things you spend money on that's not necessary. There are some things you do that you didn't do it well. You have to
do it again.
You get it. So,
yeah, we had a lot of that, and if you really want us to break down the costs, the total cost of our relocation, please kindly drop a comment
not
to
only
request.
the cost, you know, the
step-by-step process,
the emotional trauma, you know,
the fights.
the fight, the struggles. The truth is, especially if you are going as couples, you know, with kids, you just also have to prepare your mind. The journey is not easy. You are just trying to look at me. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy, but
if you
are determined, and you are willing to take, to take the struggle, to take the steps, then it is.
Which is why I don't think I'll ever advise anyone to just go first and then another couple will now join later, because the person is going to be traumatized. There's a lot of stress. Oh my!
And that's another.
So I think we should just end this video so that they can come back for more, right? Yeah. So this video is basically to, you know, just prep your mind as to what's to come, and then our subsequent video is now going to be about the step-by-step from this moment of deciding in April 2022. At what point did we eventually apply? What did we do? And how long did our visa take?
Yeah.
Gosh, that visa process.
The longest waiting period I want to relocate. We're trying to create that, you know, path, make it easier, you know, and it's free of charge.
And we are not immigration consultants, please, for disclaimer purpose.
It's based on our personal journey, our personal
experience. Just personal experience, as we've always done with every other thing in our life. Sharing, giving information that can help other people and toward that path on an easier way, on a lighter and easier. Tell us in the comment section where you think we planned to relocate to and where we eventually landed. So I've given 3 options: UK via study route, Canada via study route and express entry, or Australia via work visa. So tell us in the comment section, and remember to subscribe
and share.